Good morning, everyone, and this is Live with Mel. The Vatican decreed this morning that they cannot bless sin, and this has left many people upset and angry. So Pope Francis has stated in the past that gay people are welcome and are allowed to be blessed in the church. But this morning, the Catholic Church released a decree stating that the Catholic Church and priests cannot bless gay unions, gay marriage, gay civil unions. And many LGBTQ activists are upset about this because they believe that Pope Francis was an ally to the LGBT community because of statements that he has said in the past. Now, in the past, Pope Francis has stated that he believes that gay people should be blessed. But as we see today, the church has issued a decree because there were Catholic priests in Germany debating this. And they put out a formal decree stating that the union between gay people, so gay unions, gay marriages, cannot be blessed by the Catholic Church. Now, again, this is a shocking message for a lot of people because they did view Pope Francis as an ally, but many Catholics are just saying this is Catholicism. And as we know, since the beginning of Catholicism, homosexuality has not been approved in the Catholic Church. But the statements stating that the church cannot bless sin was a statement that was a sting to many people. Again, like I said, many people did believe that Pope Francis was an ally and that he was looking out for the LGBT community within the Catholic Church. Now, again, he stated that God does not and cannot bless sin. He blesses a sinful man, but he cannot bless sin. And in this context, he is basically stating that being gay is a sin. And again, many LGBTQ people believe that Pope Francis was an ally, but now many people are turning their backs. And whenever the Catholic Church comes out with anything controversial, you'll then hear the talks of pedophilia within the Catholic Church. So as a church issued this decree this morning, and it is something they issued recently, if you go on Twitter, if you go speak to people, many people are comparing it to how they were moving around priests who were convicted or who were accused of inappropriately touching people or touching young people in the church. And they're saying that if the Pope can say that they do not agree with homosexuality, they cannot bless the unions, then why are they just moving around the priests who have been accused of pedophilia? So whenever there is some statement by the Catholic Church, we do know that many people tend to bring up the pedophilia within the Catholic Church. Now, again, while Pope Francis and the Catholic Church are standing by Catholic doctrine, because again, this is Catholic doctrine. This is something that Catholics have believed for years, and many people thought that the church was changing under Pope Francis, but it does seem as though they are staying the same. It does seem as though the Catholic Church is choosing to remain the same with the same doctrine. And again, it's shocking because people thought that Pope Francis was an ally. But although Pope Francis is stating that he does not want to bless gay unions and that they cannot bless sin, and again, that is a statement that many people are upset about as well, that he's stating that he cannot bless sin. Pope Francis is still saying and endorsing that in civil matters, again, not the church, but in civil matters, that gay couples should have legal protection. So gay couples that are in civil unions, in the civil side of things. So again, we do have to look at it two ways for the Catholic Church. Now, they're talking about church matters, and the Pope was also talking about civil matters, and this was months ago, but he still endorses that gay couples who are in unions should be provided with legal protection, but it does not support blessing the actual union. Now, again, many LGBTQ activists are upset about this statement. They're upset that the church is now stating that they will not do it. Now, again, this really did come about because of the churches in Germany debating things. Now, while the churches in Germany were debating whether they could bless this union, there are priests coming out and stating that they believe that there'll be many priests who will just ignore the doctrine and continue to bless the civil union between gay people. They believe that there will be priests around the world who will ignore this doctrine and continue to bless without the Pope's approval, without the church's approval, and continue to bless civil unions, gay marriages, or any type of union between gay people. Now, again, even though there may be some outliers, even though there may be some priests who do continue to do it on their own, the church's actual position does not look like it's changing. It hasn't changed in years before, and it's not going to change now. And now that they have issued this official decree, it's going to be very hard for members of the Catholic Church who do identify as LGBTQ to get any type of blessing from their priest. Now, we will see how things play out for the faithful in the Catholic Church, as they like to call themselves. Now, with everything happening, I think the church wants to be very clear, and Pope Francis wants to be very clear, that although the blessing of the actual union cannot happen, that gay people can still be blessed. So what are your thoughts, guys? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, again, this is something that's happening within an organization. This is something that's happening within a church. And because of this, it is changing the dynamics of how members of the LGBT community will be within this church, within the Catholic Church. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that it was right for the Vatican to issue this decree? Do you believe that the Vatican was right to say that they cannot bless sin, or do you think they should have went a different route? Now, if you were someone who is part of this community, would you stay in the Catholic Church? Would you maintain your faith and your religion and still go to church if you heard a decree like this? Because now this could possibly be a challenging time for Catholics who identify as LGBTQ. Will Catholics who identify as LGBTQ remain in the church? Will they remain in a position where their union is looked down upon, where their union is looked as sin? And again, this has been the way it has been in the Catholic Church for centuries. This is not something new. The new thing, however, is Pope Francis. And many people viewed what Pope Francis said before as something that was said by an ally. Pope Francis, prior to this, has always stated that members of the LGBT community should have rights and they should have protections. Again, but he wants to make it quite clear that when he was talking about this, he was talking about in matters that have to do with civil matters and not within the church. Because within the church, while someone who is LGBTQ can be blessed individually, the union cannot be blessed. So guys, what are your thoughts about the Vatican saying this? Again, this is something that Catholicism has always preached. This is something that is not new or shocking to many people who are Catholic, but it seems as though it hit the LGBTQ community hard because of Pope Francis's stand on other things, especially in the matter of civil matters. And the fact that he has stated that LGBTQ the community should have protections under the law. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that if you were gay, if you were trans, if you were bi, you would still remain in the church? Or would you leave a church that thinks this? Now, as we're looking at modern day religions, we do see that many Christian churches are now opening the door to members of the LGBT community. There are many inclusive churches across the globe that allow LGBT community to come in, to be members, and to have their unions blessed, to have their marriage blessed, to have their marriages within the walls. You'll see it, especially if you step into major cities. You'll see inclusive churches across the globe, across the country, across cities. And there are churches that allow this and that do not call homosexuality a sin. But the Catholic Church is putting its foot down and saying that they cannot bless sin and they cannot bless the civil union. And because of this, I'm going to say that many Catholics who also identify as LGBTQ will probably leave the church and find a church that's more inclusive. They'll find a church where people can open their arms to them and accept them for who they are. Because at the end of the day, one of the arguments is that If you're gay, you didn't choose to be gay, you were born gay. And if you were born gay, then you're not going to change anytime soon for the church. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you guys believe that the Catholic Church is right for issuing this decree? Now, again, this is according to what they believe. The doctrine hasn't changed, but there have been churches across the globe who have changed their stance on the gay community. They have changed their stance and they have allowed gay people to come in, be part of their congregation, to get married. And because other churches are changing their stance, my question to you is, should gay people actually stay within the Catholic Church? Should gay people remain with an organization that views them as a sin? Or do you think that the LGBT community will leave the Catholic Church and flock to these other churches, which allows them to be who they are and to be with who they love? Again, the Vatican decreed today, and I keep saying it this way because this is what's in the official document. They're saying the Vatican has stated that they cannot bless sin. And they're saying that a civil union, a gay marriage, any type of union between gay people is sin, and they're stating that they cannot bless sin. This is the official language in the document. And again, many people view Pope Francis as an ally because he stated that gay people in unions should be protected. They should have legal rights. But again, that was when he was talking about a legal matter and not a matter of the church. So Joanna says, there are contradictions in their beliefs. And I believe there is only one judge, and that is God. I believe religion causes more disconnect than connection. And that is what Joanna is saying about the Vatican and their decree on LGBTQ unions. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Whether you're watching this live or whether you're tuning in later, let me know whether you think the Vatican was right to issue this decree. Or do you think that the Vatican needs to catch up with the times? Again, the Catholic Church is a very old organization. They're a very old organization that seems to not change their ways. Even though the modern world is changing around them, even though people are making advances, the church stays in its ways. And people have been pressuring and asking and demanding of the Catholic Church to change its ways when it comes to women, when it comes to the LGBT community, and when it comes to many things. But the Catholic Church is stuck in its ways, and it does not seem as though it's going to change anytime soon or ever. And because the Catholic Church is stuck in its ways and it's not changing, it's looking as though, at least I believe, it's going to lose several members of its congregation. Because there are churches across the country, there are churches across the globe that will accept people for who they are and what they are. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And then if you like this show, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section below as well. Listen, we don't have to agree. We can have the discussion. The point of the show is your opinion matters. You can tell me exactly what you think, when you think it, and we can have the discussion. I bring the facts. I will bring you what is going on. I bring you the current events that are happening all across the globe, and I want to hear what you think. I want to know what your opinions are, whether we agree or disagree, because at the end of the day, it's important that we have these conversations and we keep the dialogue going. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about the Vatican barring the union, the blessing of gay unions. So guys, go ahead, drop that comment. And if you like this show, you'll like my other show as well. That show's not about current events. That show's all about motivating, educating, and empowering you to be your best self. And that is The Mel Show. And you can catch it on Apple TV, Roku TV, or Amazon Fire, all on that Easy Way Network. Stream all of season 1. Season 2 is coming the end of winter, beginning of spring. So I'm really, really excited about that. And let's go to the comment sections really quickly. So Marie says, love you, baby. Great show. Love you. So that is my grandmother. She tunes in all the time. Thank you for the support, Grandma. And then Joanna says, I believe spirituality is the way to humanity. It teaches to love, respect. Religion teaches many men-made laws. How do you say love thy neighbor when all you do is judge? And then Jima Allen says, I believe people should not judge. Only God can judge this matter. I would not want to be part of any organization that does not welcome me. And I think that is very, very fair. There are many organizations that are unwelcoming. And why would you want to be part of an organization that does not welcome you? So again, there are many churches across the globe that are now opening its doors to the LGBT community, even though the Catholic Church is closing its doors to the LGBT and saying that they cannot be blessed. Their unions cannot be blessed. So guys, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this later, let me know what you think. Go ahead and leave in the comments below. If you leave it after we go off, that's okay. I will catch up with you and write you back. So guys, have a great day, and I'll see everyone tomorrow morning bright and early. Have a great day, everybody.